guys, Talon here, and I'm doing a number of things here. First off, I am actually trying this with OBS instead of Fraps, so we'll see how this goes. And yeah, so you may see behind me armor and leather armor and whatnot, so I actually got inspired just recently by watching an episode of TimeShot, which and Tortimer to be exact, which Demon had gotten me interested in. And basically they are a group of Minecrafters who pretty much have their own server, and they're just awesome people from everything that I've seen so far, and I've even bounced back and forth through Season 1 a bit to watch some of their pranks, and oh my goodness, it looks like a lot of fun. And basically, I was watching one of Tortimer the Grey's episodes to do with he was building his house, well, still building it. I haven't caught up on his yet, but he was building it, and he mentioned sort of businesses he was running, and that sort of got me thinking that actually the actual part he mentioned was he was with Pudsey and they were going after horses, and basically he mentioned he looked like a zombie, and or people mistaken him because his skin is a turtle and it has that same sort of green color. And why is it becoming nighttime already? Oh, never mind. Slightly distracted. But yeah, and I sort of left a comment on his video mentioning that you can actually dye leather armor with multiple dyes to get multiple color variations. And well, with Halloween coming so quickly, and I figured I just felt really inspired to try and actually do the pretty much costumes for the members of the TimeShot. So I have been setting this up a little bit, and some of them, I will mention him when we get to him, are a little bit more on the difficult side to do because they require more than one layer of dyes, and you can do that to leather armor as well. So before we get to that, I need to actually set up, hit the time set day thing, because it's better if you see this during the daytime. So, without further ado, let's go. I can't F5. Okay, yes, members of TimeShot. Some of them turned out a lot better than others because I am trying to dye these to the best of my abilities. So yeah, we'll start with Poet, and yes, as you can see, Poet loves his rubber booties. So basically, to make Poet's costume, you take a normal leather cap, you combined it with 2 ink sacs and cocoa beans to get his, get Poet's wig. So basically what that does is it gives you brown, but it makes it a darker shade of brown, which sort of matches his hair. And yeah, to get Poet's jacket, that's the opposite, so it's 2 cocoa beans and 1 ink sac, so it gives you another dark brown, but just a bit on the lighter side. And for his pants, you have an ink sac and a cocoa bean just to get, that gives you the normal dark brown if you just combine the 2 of them, but this one makes it more on the brown side, and this one makes it more on the darker black side. And now for the special part and difficult part with Poet are his rubber booties, because last time I saw on his episode when he actually showed them, he had protection 4, that's protection 4, breaking 3, depth strider 2. That was the only issue, and I didn't feel like going through a village or an enchanting table and trying to get those. I assume he's probably going to see about fixing the Depth Strider thing. But yeah, he had Feather Falling 4 and Mending on them, so I gathered the books, And if you want authentic poet rubber booties for your poet costume, you need to add those enchantments. So, next on the list is Win, and Win, your hair. It's such a difficult shade to get in Minecraft. So I did the best I could, and that's with Win's wig. Basically it adds cyan, lime, and light blue. And it sort of looks close to her hair, but yeah. Her hoodie wasn't all too difficult, just some black ink and dark gray. Her pants are just one piece of lapis, 2 light blue, and this is all put in the crafting table. You'd have to separate them like this for any of the numbers I put in there. And she has basic red boots. That's really how her skin does. Now, for most of these skins, I've been basing it on the first episode of their TimeShot reboot of Season 2. So, Season 2 of TimeShot, these are the members. So, yeah. Code. Again, orange. And it's near impossible to... you can only do the costume like one color, so we have Code's head fur, which is the same thing for each of these, so it's basically, I'll move this aside. If I were to do this, I'd put this here. Oops, don't mind me. And do it around like this in in a crafting table. So you'd have to actually spread it out, and that gives you actually this color of orange. Anything else, like, I was using his head as a reference, and it was so hard to get. But I'm gonna have to do this. So yeah, Code's head fur, Code's stripeless pelt, because he is a tiger, and well, yeah, can't do stripes on a leather tunic. So stripeless pelt, stripeless lower pelt, and we have Code's paws because they're white, which is just regular bone meal. Next up is Fave, and let's just say the yellow dye on the tunic didn't really look nearly as great, so I just gave him a golden helmet, which I renamed as his crown. But yes, for his tunic, it has a slight gray, light gray tint to it, making it slightly lighter. His pants are, yeah, 3 or 6 red, yeah, so 6, almost like that, with the tunic in between. That would get you that, to get that shade of red, because it's slightly red, but with a little bit of brown in there. And his shoes are like this really dark, dark brown. So we got the cocoa beans, and then we got the ink sacs to make it darker. And I will admit, some of them actually have the same, like, yeah, Edson, Fave, Jake, Inasia, they all have, like, dark shoes. But, yeah. Next up, Edson, I suppose you could say that you're taking his shirt so that you could actually force him to be in whatever the heck it was he was wearing for that first episode. But actually, his wig turned out really, really well. And basically for Edson, that's just dark gray and cocoa beans. I suppose you could say he's getting a little bit old. Don't mind me. But his shirt actually requires that you do it in 2 steps because of how much, I'll just move this down here for a moment. How much red was in here. I put this in here and that gave me this color, and I had to add one more to get it just a hint lighter to look more like the color of the actual shirt he's wearing in there. And then I just set this aside to say that you need to add from here and to make it darker. His pants are a dark blue, or more like jeans, with 2 ink sacs and lapis, and, well, actually, I'm pretty sure his shoes are the exact same recipe as Fave's. Let's check. Yeah, pretty much. They're like that exact same dark brown color. For Jake now, yeah, I had to do a fair bit to get his, yeah, that was almost an entire circle of cocoa beans and one yellow to give him that really dirty blonde look for his hair. But his shirt, his jacket, is very simple, just cocoa beans. His pants, on the other hand, required purple and two ink sacs and 2 lapis. That's how you got that. And actually, his boots were just black. So his is fairly simple compared to some other people's. Inasia was yeah, in the TimeShot episode, she at the time of getting her head, she still has her Minecraft murder head on. So but yeah, that one actually did help me get her hair color correctly, but in the first episode she actually had a different skin on that had the gray hoodie and shorts. Minecraft armor stands don't do shorts, so some of the ladies along here, actually most of them, have shorts, and these armor stands don't actually do that. So for Inasia, if you want to get her full wig, because, well, her hair is supposed to be on one side, you have 4 rose red and 3 purple, and that gets you this sort of really nice rich magenta color she has. See, it doesn't quite match the magenta dye. That one's too light. But yeah, that's how you get her hair. If you want to get her hoodie, which was the one she was wearing in the first episode, I'm not sure if she's changed that skin or not. And besides, when people start getting diamond armor everything, it sort of covers up what their skin looks like, so I had to use the first episode of season 2. So yeah, just regular gray. Her pants. Okay, so I'll just move this down here for a minute to show what I had to do. I had to put this in here to get you this color, and then I had to add, so I made a second one, and to get it to more suit the color of her pants. Well, they're not even pants, they're shorts. But can't do shorts, so, and I don't even think that's the right color. It's not vivid enough, but there's only so much Minecraft can do. But her boots are the same as Jake's, and they are just black, which actually would be her shoes. Now for Tortimer the Grey, the Minecraft, or the TimeShotter, who actually gave me the inspiration for this. He is very simple, because he's a turtle, and the green matches up with his skin really, really well. 1 minute, back to TimeShot day. There we go. Yeah, his skin matches up really, really well there, so all I had to do is actually wait for the shell, which I sort of combined it a bit of the colors of the front and the back of his shell to kind of get this sort of almost golden-like brown color. So that's just 2 cocoa beans, a little bit of dandelion yellow, and actually a little bit of red rose red. That's what made it a little bit darker as opposed to being really bright. But yeah, green. And actually this would be one of the easier ones to do. Mara's is, hers, I think, is actually one of the easiest, because her hood and her hoodie are both basically the same color, so that's what does that. I did notice that in that first episode she had a white hood, but the head that I got when I summoned her head in here basically gave me the same color here, and I put a little bit of black in here to make her jeans a little bit darker, because they do appear a little bit darker. Actually, I'm not sure if it's her jeans or shorts again, but let's see, I probably wrote it shorts. She has shorts. Okay, and yeah, her shoes are a little bit more on the gray side, but still mostly black. we have a lot of black boots going on here. Okay, Dave. Ugh, skin tones are so difficult to get in here, so I had to like combine bits of red, yellow, orange, and a little bit of white, and that got me this color cap, but it didn't quite really look that close, so I added a little bit more orange and white on top of that, and I don't know what it is with skin tones whenever you try to do them, but for some reason it does this to the top of the darn thing. Like from the front, you can sort of see it looks somewhat like his skin tone, but yeah, we have Dave's bald cap. His shirt is very simple, just the white, and although he's wearing overalls, so you can't really do the overalls, but yeah, I just called the pants overalls, but that's the color I had to get. For his shoes, he has mostly gray on them for the soles, but I did see a little bit of blue that sort of went up into the pants of his overalls, so I went with the blue there, and that would be a little bit of a darker blue, so 2 lapis and 1 ink sac. For MK, I'm actually really happy with how her hair turned out. It's really close, but not quite, but it's still close enough that I really like it. So MK's wig, 5 red rows and 2 ink sacs. That gives you that hue. Her jacket was, I noticed because she's standing right beside Poet in that first episode, is a little bit lighter gray, so I added the light gray and used 2 cocoa beans. Her pants is pretty much the same color as Poet's hair, so the black ink and cocoa beans, and she has black shoes, just like, yeah, just like some others we've already covered. So, next up is Huck. So, Huck's, his hair is actually it's pretty much the natural color of leather armor, so that's why I called it Huck's natural wig. His tunic is basically just cactus green and ink, and then his jeans and his boots are both just lapis and the ink sac for his boots. Basically, Huck is the most, his design is the easiest to make a costume out of using armor, so if you want to dress up for him for Halloween, by all means. Which, yeah, because it's so close, we're at the end of September, I figured I might as well get the jump on this, and let you guys decide who you want to dress up as. But basically, it's I can actually do pretty much almost any character, but it's limited to like 1 color per article of clothing. But yeah, next we have Inasia, I do believe, but I'm pretty sure she goes by April, or at least that's what everybody in TimeShot seems to call her. Her hair is that tricky shade of like dark blue purple, which is so difficult to figure out if it's actually blue or purple. It's just a mix. But yeah, I made it a little more on the purple side, so 2 purple, 2 ink sacs, and 1 lapis. Her shirt, because her shirt was a mixture of this really light color, and she had more of her shoe color up along the top of it, I used the color it was mostly comprised out of, and that was the white. And so I used 5 bone meal and 1 magenta just to get that really light off purple white tunic with slight purple. And then her shorts, because yes, shorts, are 2 purple and an ink sac. And then her shoes are really nice light purple. And I think the only person I'd used purple previously for was Jake's pants, but yeah, so that's a little bit light gray because they did seem to have a little bit of a grayer tone to them, but 3 magenta to get her boots. Pudsey, you crazy Australian. Let's see. Yeah, so I had to use 7 cyan dye and 1 lime green to get each of as close as I could and make it still look nice. And the number of times I had to redo because, yes, turquoise is my favorite color, but Pudsey! And so, yeah, I had to use, basically, what's nice is her hood and her jacket and her pants all have the same color. It's her Australian boots that are, actually, like a really dark, brown, so, and I think I've seen that color somewhere down the line. And then we come to the newest and last member of the TimeShot crew. That would be Starlet, and I believe she goes by Penny if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, she's wearing a jacket that has white sleeves, but most of the jacket is this dark red, and it's pretty much the same color as her boots, so I went for the 2 rows and 1 ink sac for both her jacket and her shoes. She's got short jeans. Girls, short jeans. It seems to be a running thing. But yeah, light blue and light gray. And for her wig, I used 3 ink sacs, 2 rose red, and 1 cocoa bean. So pretty much try and get a really close shade. I think her hair's a little bit darker, a little bit more red than what I have here. But yeah, trying to get that shade is difficult at best. So there you have it. That's season 2's cast of TimeShot, and because they have like season 2, I managed to actually sort of jump on the boat now. So yeah, Demon got me into it. He's been following TimeShot since before they were TimeShot, and yeah, he's been trying to get me to watch it, but since like I had looked at it and there's over 100 episodes per like person almost, that let's just say there's a lot, and it was sort of difficult to, like, I don't have the time or the patience, and I can be quite patient sometimes, but I don't have the time or the patience to go through all of that and try and get through all of them. But I have been jumping back and forth looking for pranks and that they've played on each other. So yeah, this is as much of a thank you for TimeShot for being TimeShot as just showing appreciation for them and showing them what they can do to dress up as each other for, say, Halloween on TimeShot if they wanted. So yeah, I just had fun with this. It was really, really fun, and it was a challenge, because some of you guys have difficult colors to do. And yeah, so thank you, Demon, for getting me into TimeShot. And yeah, I will see you on the next Let's Build, so see ya. Bye.